Because this is their war and this is their enemy. Leave
I
it
didn't
alone.
ask you about them. The white man's not your daddy. I'm not
No,
asking you about the white
I'm
man.
giving you a straight up answer.
No, you're. I'm asking you about you. You telling me about the
Hold on,
white man.
hold on,
Do you
hold on, hold
realize
on,
that?
hold on. No, Pamela.
Do you realize
Here,
that?
no,
I
no,
asked
no,
you about your
no, no,
stance. You told me about
Pamela.
the white
Stop,
man.
Pamela. Stop.
Repetitively, I'm asking you as an
Can
individual
you hear
man,
me,
as a black
Pamela?
man,
Can you hear me,
the whites
Pamela?
that enslaved
You're
our
talking through me. Can you hear
they
me,
are our
Pamela?
enemies. Why doesn't that same logic apply to the Iranians that also enslaved black people?
Because this is their war and
Brother,
they're telling me
hold on, do you
that
realize
they are my
No, stop
enemy. These
interrupting.
people
You
are not
asked him
my
a
enemy.
question. He's answering the question.
These
Answer the
people are not my
question,
enemy.
Hotspot. I don't understand. Go ahead. Go ahead, Hotspot.
It's their war. It is them telling me that Iranians are my enemy. How? When this is their war. So I'm not going to involve myself in that. That's why it's important for a lot of black people. Hey, don't send your children into the military because they're going to send you over there to fight a war that is not your war. This is what we talk about all the time.
And the Iranians they enslaved the Ethiopians. So if they want the Ethiopians want to fight the Iranians, let them fight their war. Let the Tanzanians fight their war. Let the Mozambicans fight their war. They were attacking East Africa and enslaving those people. Like, so if they want to go and join the war and do
can you
all
hear
that, I
me?
don't understand why we just got moved into a conversation about
I'm gonna drop down and come back. I
slavery.
can't hear you.
I don't understand how he always comes here and brings this thing about slavery and this, that, the other, and it's like this is not even about slavery. This is about a war that we have nothing to do with the Israeli war
I think it's because I
between
asked the question
Israel and Iran. It has nothing to do with slavery. It has everything to do with Israel and Iran. And somehow America's been brought into it. And now we're jumping into the whole pot because of, like, whatever this regime's ideal, whatever they're trying to hide. And
I
now we're
think
being brought into a conversation about slavery.
I
I don't
think it's
understand.
I think it's because I posed the thought of it would not surprise me if a black person, was given the orders to nuke Iran at the hands of
And
a black person.
brother, can
That's
you
the
hear me,
reason why.
brother? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do you realize every time I ask you about your stance, you brought up the white man? Do you realize that?
No, I didn't necessarily bring up,
This
but
is
I
the
was
white man's
saying
war. This is not our war.
right. It's
Yeah,
not
but I
our
asked you
war.
about your stance. I didn't ask you about the white man. Do you realize that?
That's my stance.
Well, his
Our
stance
people.
is that it's a white man's war. It have nothing to do with us, black people. And
Well, DJ
that's why
Genesis, can I address
That's
you?
why Ethiopia is not jumping into it, because they're the ones that was enslaved. Why should what the heck are you what are we talking about here?
Now, DJ Genesis, can I have a dialogue with you? Because with all due respect, and I'm not trying to attack him, he views himself through the white man's gaze. But you're older than him. You're more mature. Let me have the dialogue with you. Now, you can agree that the whites that enslaved our ancestors are our enemies. I'm gonna ask you, DJ Genesis, why doesn't that same exact logic apply to the Iranians that also enslaved black people?
I don't think that every white person is my enemy. I'm sorry.
I never said they were. I said the whites that enslaved our ancestors.
Okay, well, that could have been,
Uh-huh.
my grandfather. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So we can
I
agree
don't
that the
I don't see
whites
him as my enemy now. I don't see it that
so
I'm
the whites
actually an
so
offspring
just
of him. So
so
therefore,
so
is
just so
he
I'm
my
clear.
enemy now? I don't. He's not my enemy. I'm an
So DJ
offspring
Genesis,
of slavery. So we're in
DJ
2026. We're not
exactly.
in
Let's talk about today. Let's
1952
talk
when
about today.
slavery was going
DJ
on. This is like
Genesis.
we're at, like, how many years? 200 years later.
Exactly.
Just like they have to
Now
move 28 years later. Then
DJ
28 days
Genesis,
later.
sis, please.
We're 200
I'm trying
years,
to have
400 years later. Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to have a sensible dialogue with you.
Right, but you don't have to
Whether
interrupt me while I'm talking. You let me make my point, and then you make your point afterwards. You don't have to interrupt me.
yes, and let's
Let
not
me
have a
make my hold on,
contentious.
stop. No,
All right,
let
go
me
ahead.
make my point, and then you make your point. You don't have to interrupt me throughout my point to cut in. I'm just all I'm saying is that I don't believe the white man is my enemy. I believe that the people in power are doing the wrong thing. Like, I don't think this is right what they're doing, because at the end of the day, I'm a person that believes in humanity. I don't think that any way I believe that when you drop a nuclear bomb anywhere in the country, in the world, that you destroy the environment, the earth, everything, and in that it has ripple effects. And so I get like slavery is just a small aspect of what really can go down if you drop a nuke. Okay. So when you're talking about destroying an entire and genociding the entire thing over what? Over I don't even know what the issue is or why are we even doing this? Like why is the government our government doing that? To bring it into slavery, which is like if we want to have a slavery war and go and battle against the people that's going to be a separate entire uprising. This thing that's happening right here has nothing to do with slavery of black people. This has everything to do with people in power trying to have more power and control more resources. And the moment we get that through our heads, then we can have a logical conversation. This is not about slavery. This is about resources. Go ahead.
Yes, and whether you say that they are our enemies or not, your own ancestors literally fought in the Civil War, killing white slave owners, meaning that your own ancestors saw them as an enemy. So I'm asking a very simple concept. These same Iranians that also enslaved black people, why doesn't the same exact logic apply to them?
America just
Hold
bombed
on, no, that was
Spain.
the DJ sentences. No, brother, please let her answer.
Why does what exact logic does not apply to them? That they're our enemy, that Iran is our enemy, that our black people over here. All right, so then that's Pan Africanism. If we want to say that, okay, then all right, so now we're getting into Pan Africanism. All right, so should we feel that Iranians and white people are our enemy because they all were involved in the slave trade? So the Arab countries all throughout Iran, Iraq, certain aspect, all throughout Europe that was involved with the slave trade, uh, whether they were enslaved us as Africans over here in America or they slaved us as Africans in East Africa and West Africa, well, that would actually have to adopt a Pan African mindset to say that if anything happens to us across the board, we should care about it, right?
Now,
So,
doesn't that make sense?
right. So what?
Exactly.
But that's not the conversation that we're having right now. What we're having a conversation of is that you have a president right now that is willing to drop a bomb or some kind of weapon that is going to destroy an entire civilization of Iranians
Mm-hmm.
that have nothing to do with the slave trade of like the 1900s, 1920s. They might be the offspring of it. Who knows? I don't know. But there's also 1.8 million Afro Iranians in Iran. So who else? So it's not going to be just only white Iranians that get affected if there is a bomb dropped over in Iran. It's going to be a lot of African people that you speak of, black people that you speak of that will be awful. Also, will be dead. So
And it's all
so
wrong.
we're talking about a landmass of people that where people are living at black, white, everything. So you can't just only make it about like, oh well, I don't care because like if Iran was only the enslavers living over there, okay, we could have this argument. But no, it's all types. There's even Americans that are living over in Iran. So
Yep.
why would we say we should drop a nuke over there
And
because
well, I actually can
Especially if it's just
respond
a
to that.
nuke. That's
The
crazy.
Americans, I'm trying to answer the question. The Americans that are in Iran and the Afro Iranians that see that they're subjugators, which is the non Afro Iranians, they see that their subjugators are under attack. My advice to the Americans and the Afro Iranians in Iran right now: get out the paint, really. Find a safe place where you can seek refuge. Get out of that land right now because karma is coming and you don't want to get caught up with the non-black Persians. Really. They
it's
reap what they sow.
800. Listen, there's okay. You listen by 8 o'clock. So now it's 4:26. He said by 8 o'clock. Now I'm not sure he's talking about Eastern Standard Time, Central Standard Time, but we're already down to 3 hours, 3.5 hours to this whole thing's supposed to go down, right? So
Trump
you're
is on the
telling
East
me
Coast.
800 to 1.5 million
Go somewhere safe. Yes, go
Afro
somewhere safe.
Iranians are supposed to mobilize and be able to go
It don't
somewhere
work like
safe.
Yes,
that.
go somewhere
And
safe.
It
Yes.
don't work
see,
like that.
you are not even living, thinking in normal. If there's no such thing as safe, if a nuke.
Well,
If,
can I give you
if,
an example of what I mean? Uh, you remember when 9/11 took place? the Arabians, the Muslims, they didn't say, you know what, we're not going to bomb this building because there's Black Americans in there. No, they still bombed that building.
No, they
And
didn't.
Black Americans
America
lost
did
their
that.
lives.
You need to do some
America did that.
research. No,
Well, I
that
know you want to get in
no,
conspiracies. I know.
CIA.
it's not conspiracy. There, listen, we
It's a
don't even
fact.
know if that thing was even bombed.
All right.
Because you do some research, you'll find that place, it was a controlled demolition, but that's
demolition,
even
literally.
deeper.
Well, what's going on in Iran? That's a controlled demolition too. So the
Well,
blacks need to stay out the way. The Black
Oh my
Iranians need to
God.
stay out the way.
but you're not being realistic.
I'm telling the truth right now.
But you're telling a truth
Your
that's not
truth.
realistic. You're this you are living unless you have some kind of portal where they can all run through all 800 thousands of them, 1.5 million. I don't get what you're talking. You are talking out of
Well, I said go somewhere safe. Really?
go somewhere safe in a nuclear bomb situation.
Poor
Yes.
Where is
guy.
somewhere
Yes.
safe?
Go somewhere safe
You can't
because
even go
the non-black
underground. You can't even go underground in a nuclear
Poor guy.
fallout. What are you talking
DJ Genesis. My point is.
Hold on, no. Listen,
All right, go ahead.
I don't think you understand nuclear situations. Like, what are you talking about? Go somewhere safe.
Well, I'm trying to respond to you. What I'm saying is,
But you're
no
not
matter,
being realistic, sir. You're saying that
I'm
a
trying to
nuclear
respond to you.
fallout.
What I'm saying is, no matter what guilt trip you try to run, the non-black Arabs, the non-black Iranians, they will not be spared from their karma. So my advice is to the U.S. people over there and the black Iranians: get away from them non-black Iranians because they will not be spared. Really, you can never outrun karma. That's the point.
I really don't get your point, sir. Because
I said it in the
it's not
chat.
it's not like they've given enough time for people to be able to evacuate, sir.
Well, you might have heard what I said. I'll repeat it. You cannot outrun your karma. So if you want to stand next to these non-black Arabians, these non-black Iranians, you will suffer the same karma. You need to separate yourself from them immediately.